Hello there, Trent, tank top douche with a hat, coming at you with yet another Legends of Runeterra for you guys today. And today we're gonna play your boy MALPHITE. It's been way too long, and I wanted to explore the recent buff to the Hibernating, or the Grumpy Rockbear, which comes out of the Hibernating Rockbear, the landmark. So this is a buff that was really one of the best buffs, I think, out of the patch, in my opinion, because it essentially was a buff to 3 cards. If you search for Rockbear in the pool, you see that Hibernating Rockbear, Desert Naturalist, and Salt Spire all lead to a Grumpy Rockbear, which is now a 5/5 instead of a 5/4. Big difference. Going from a 5/4 to a 5/5 does a lot. There's a lot of trades that you survive within the meta, and there's a lot of removal that you survive within the meta. Overall, you're just beefier, and you get a nice, a proper payoff considering the power level of the entire card pool at this point to help this sort of early game tempo investment match up well against what we're running into, and it's been really satisfying to play. I really enjoy this. I've always really liked MALPHITE Talia mid-range, landmark mid-range I like to call it. I think it's one of the most underrated archetypes ever, and I wanted to put it to good use here with some really cheeky cards that we're running. So I'm gonna explain a little bit, you know, why I chose the one-offs that I chose, but overall the gist of the deck is we're playing stuff that doesn't really do anything early on, but then we're getting a really nice payoff in a few turns. Around turn 5 is when we start going off against the opponent. Hibernating Rockbear gives us a 2-mana nothing at first, but then becomes a 5/5, and because of our high density of 2-mana plays that lead to landmarks, the full set of Rock Hopper, a full set of Hibernating Rockbear, and a couple of copies of Perseverarium, we have a very nice shot of getting chipped to a 3/3 stat line by turn 2. And that's very important. Turn 3, we got Endless Devout. We're running a couple of copies of Dragon Roost as our prime Talia target. And then we're also running a full set of Unraveled Earth to cycle through our deck and help us level up our MALPHITE by, for 3 mana, playing 4 mana worth of Landmark. And also helping us interact with the opposing board by granting vulnerable by granting vulnerable to their units. We're able to get the proper exchanges, make good use of our beefy stats, and essentially pick off their board through combat. When it's not our combat and we don't have that edge, we resort to cards like the one-off of Hush and a full set of Ground Slam to disrupt whatever the opponent may try to be smacking us in the Nexus with. As then we have a couple of copies of Stonebreaker, aka the cool version of Riptide Sermon. Yes, we cannot use spell mana, so we cannot play this on turn 3. Yes, we can't really play this. Even if we play this on turn 6, we have to use pure unit mana, and that's a big downside, but it's a bigger body that if the opponent, if we're facing Ionia and they have Deny, they actually don't stop the 6/4 body from being generated. They only stop the skill itself. And it's pretty damn underrated, man. It's really, it puts in the work. It gives us a little bit more interaction with what the opponent is doing. And it allows us to also push some extra damage. Something that people don't expect when facing this region combination is the ability to deal direct damage to the Nexus without attacking. And Stonebreaker allows us to get cheeky with that and just does a lot for 6 mana, man. Very easy to enable in this deck, and I like it as a tool to kind of like support MALPHITE as our late game bomb package, as Talia and MALPHITE are how we end games. Herald of the Magus can give them overwhelm, but we're also playing a couple copies of the Absolver, as once we level the champions, we can use this with our big Grumpy Rockbears and give whatever unit needs to be given overwhelm to win. And that's essentially the deck list right there. Also, a full set of Desert Naturalists works really well with Endless Devout and with the Ruining Sands, allowing us to generate more Grumpy Rockbears, and a couple of copies of Rite of Negation. Initially, I had this as a one-off and then a one-off of Sunburst, but I feel like Rite of Negation is really important in this meta, but you can definitely make an argument for Sunburst as well. It really depends on what you're facing, but I feel like Disruption is really key, and I do still like a one-off of Ancient Hourglass, though you could take this out for something else, honestly. It hasn't been the most impressive card, but it does have a lot of potential within the deck. Saving up our champions can potentially combo with Talia in a pinch as well, and even Herald of the Magus too, so I do like having it as a one-off, but I feel like Renegation is more important right now. and that's why we're playing 2 copies of it. But there's a lot of good cards that we could add into this deck. This deck can definitely be optimized. You can tweak it to your liking and incorporate some really good cards that are within both regions as of right now, especially after this balance patch. So it's just ultimately up to you, but this is where I ended up with my version. And it's just some damn fun, man. It's a good old mid-range that just beats your opponent down. You stun their shit, and you just overwhelm them with a bunch of rock dudes. It's phenomenal. I'm gonna stop the deck there because I think I've gotten everything. When it comes to the mulligan, generally speaking, depending on the nature of your opponent's deck, like if they have an aggro deck, you do want to mulligan away your champions. But if it's a deck that you feel you can slow down the pace and you can really benefit from playing a Talia or a MALPHITE, keep them, especially if they are like, for example, if you have Talia in Dragon Roost, it's hard to say no to that, but you still do so if you're facing an aggro, because aggro can be a really rough matchup, because one of our 2-drops doesn't do anything until like turn 5, so being able to find chip into Rockhopper, into Endless Devout is really important for the more aggressive decks, so you do have to mulligan really aggressively against them, pun intended, or not, whatever. And then, depending on the other matchups, like you want to also find your early landmarks too. That's something that's also within your priority, especially against more reactive control decks like Hibernating or Nora or Swain builds, is where these landmarks and Endless Devout really shine. And also Desert Naturalists. Like this early game, this early to mid game can be very, very impressive, and against the right deck that gives us time and allows us to breathe, it can be really overwhelming, and that's what we're working towards. So adjust your mulligan according to the matchup. I don't really know how best to explain it in a few minutes than that. So good luck. I hope you guys enjoy the games, and I'm gonna stop talking. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. Leave a like for the matches if you like them, or for rocks. I don't know if you like rocks. They're rocks. And yeah, I'm out of words at this point. Love ya. Have a solid day. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, here we go. Against Heimer Jace. I haven't seen Heimer Jace in a while. It's always been Heimer Nora. We do have chip into Rockhopper, which is fantastic. I like Desert Naturals as well because it can generate good momentum. Do I want double Rockhopper? I mean, that feels pretty good as well. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. We're gonna keep it. Bing, bing. Here comes the chip. So while the chip comes, I can explain a little bit, like the beanie, because I'm getting a lot of comments. No! No, chat, no!
Would you look at this place?
Oh. Whoa, what the hell? Really? You're gonna give me that trade? That's a threat.
Sun's beneath me and wind's behind me.
So yeah, I have a beanie. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of inquiries about it because what I choose to wear in my videos is everybody's business apparently. But yeah, basically I shaved my head.
Look, a thing.
Elle, that's not ours.
And I have some dermatitis. Do we go for this now, or do we? Yeah, we do. I mean, it's good to destroy this afterwards. Maybe I should play a little bit more. Keep my what am I keeping the Ancient Hourglass for? I could potentially copy this, like just. I have targets for this. I could draw into more though, is the thing. Alright, let's do this. It's a long time to draw into something to capitalize on the sarcophagus. So I may as well turn this Roiling Sands into that, because now if they do want to play Heimerdinger, we get to say no to that again by going Rockhopper.
Watch out for the rock dudes, you maniac! They better watch out for me!
And now with the Grumpy Rockbear, we threaten to kill the Heimerdinger, which otherwise we would not have been able to. Okay, well that changes things. I feel like that's a good use of Ancient Hourglass here. We're not going to attack because we want to deny them being able to play Heimerdinger essentially by doing this. So yeah, I shaved my head, and I had some dermatitis on the top of my head, like some areas were like red. So I'm applying some treatment for it, and it's been working wonders.
Think I see something. Gonna catch the sky.
But you know, the top of my head was red, so I used to wear beanies in the past. Like, people don't know that when I started doing my YouTube, I started wearing beanies anyways, right? So yeah, I'm using it mainly to cover that. My head is shaved. Why did you shave your head? Well, because I'm losing my hair. Like, I'm not hiding it. I never did hide it. Whenever I stream, people would ask me, I'd be honest about it. And when people ask me in comments, I'd also reply to that. Like, it's not something that I'm ashamed of. It happens to a lot of us. And worse things could go by. Do I play this? I want to keep the red negation open. But then again, playing this now is better because that means it'll take off at the beginning of my attack turn, and I'll have that unit. It's an investment that we're making here. We can develop you, but only if this pops. Like, I'm not gonna replace my board with anything. I can counter a Withering Whale. This Rolling Sands is really annoying for them. I know they have a Heimerdinger at this point. So yeah, I have like a very strong light, so if there's like any issues with the top of my head, they're very highlighted. So that's an issue. Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm gonna go double Endless Devout. I'm not gonna counter that. There's other things that I can counter, and this just sets up my landmarks here to start popping off. I have to top deck, you know, like some juice, right? Like I am out of gas, but maybe I could have countered there. I don't know if like the damage was that great though, and I lose my red on negation. I'm very low on gas though. It's a pretty good draw. That gives me a lot of momentum that I desperately need. Obviously, I want to see my champions as well, my MALPHITE specifically. I want to keep my round negation so I can protect my champions later down the line. That's a good card to counter, though. That's good enough of a round negation use. Like, just shutting down their entire turn. Hitting them for a bazillion. You've already played one Ruination. Get another body here. Not really what I want to see at this stage of the game, but we can't even absolve. Both of our champions are leveled up, but because we haven't drawn them, we can't really benefit from the Absolver here.
Tomorrow has never looked so good. There's nothing a little ingenuity can't fix.
So we got quick attack.
Hey, show me that again. Here we go. Powering up.
won't do.
We gotta play now. We are vulnerable to whatever the hell they want to do, and that's a lot that they can do. But now we do have the Absolver enabled. It's Danger's turn.
I'm not in a hurry either.
Piercing Darkness will get them a lot of health back. But there's a lot of things like Double Vengeance. Yeah, that's completely fine. Because that only heals 8. Now if we swing like this, we just need a buff. Over here, I don't know what they could have. Anything that heals, I can just rebuff something. I'm not vulnerable to box. For 4 mana, what Shadow Owl's card? Because PNZ he got shit. But what Shadow Owl's card am I missing out on here? They should not be able to come back from this, to stop this lethal with the second Absolver proc. My 3 units have effectively the same amount of health, which is why I lined it this way. They're all equally hard to kill, which means I can buff with whichever one they try to kill, if it is even possible at this point. Yeah. Yeah! Got him, baby! Let's go! Let's go! We don't kill them there, we're done.
It is a good day to be MALPHITE.
Yep. What is this? It's like I'm facing the Avengers. I mean, this time we got our champions. That's more than could be said before. I mean, I kind of want to mulligan MALPHITE, but I kind of don't. I mean, we're talking about Ionia, though. They definitely have some bounces going on, right? Though it's Shen, so they can't have that many. I'm gonna be a bit greedy. I'm gonna keep Talia and MALPHITE, and hopefully not get punished. I mean, so far so good. We don't have chip, you know, which would make everything perfect, but you can't ask for chip every time, yeah.
If it's made of sand.
I can write it. We still have PNZs, so I can ping this. Concurrent timelines with Yasuo? What?
Watch me.
I mean, I'm just gonna get the damage in. What the hell?
You can fix anything with anything. I'll prove it.
Alright, show me.
Too slow, stupid.
Runaway bike!
It's kind of rough.
I go. I think we have something on that case.
Pretty good, but we know they're gonna draw that. Okay. I could go for the ground slam here, but I can always finish that off. I mean, it's probably better to go for it now, though. Just finish this off.
They grow up so fast.
Oh, well, that's a homecoming that's gone. I'm not bopping this yet because I want to duplicate it with Talia.
The fate of mortals and spirits falls to me.
If I knew I was gonna draw this. I have to prevent damage this turn. So we have to absolve her. Yeah, this line of play makes sense. I mean, he's gonna give barrier to this.
If I stumble, I'll have the earth catch me.
Probably should have swung with this, but we'll see.
Gonna catch the sky. Oh dear.
I like this ground slam, and I'm gonna go for the Desert Naturals here. I'm gonna be able to reflood this board. And them thinking that they're gonna be able to outpace me here. This is where Desert Naturals really... This is where our patience pays off, right?
Jack said there'd be contenders out here.
They could deny here, but maybe that's what they have. But this is an insane amount of board presence. We can easily block into Shen, even though they can still potentially I could buff him as well.
I am very strong like a mountain because I am a mountain.
We're gonna play MALPHITE. Now, not able to level them up yet, but we're still making use of the on-play stun. They only get one card. And we go for a full swing.
It's more exciting than an unsolved mystery.
Who are you? Some help, please?
We still have the ground slam to counter. We also have the ancient hourglass. We're gonna trade here. Yeah.
This all we got? Hey, I've done more with less.
No, I'm a beat. Queen, I'm ahead.
Me too. They lose Dopify, which would have countered the ancient hourglass, but we know they're gonna draw. Ooh, that's great. I mean, that should have been triggered, yeah. I could even ancient hourglass this. So they only have one Nopify. They only have one spell in the top 5 cards. What?
Free and lonesome as a summer breeze.
Oh my god, that's the dumbest thing ever. Let's say top deck that Nopify now. We go for it now.
Papa, big as a mountain and
Twice as strong. Good memory chip.
Sometimes you're the fish, sometimes you're the bait.
Would you look at this place?
Fucking Mena, dude. God damn it, bro. I wish I had a random negation for that. Going for a full swing.
Understood. Get shipwrecked.
Inferior design.
Immediately.
I could have gone for lethal, but I know they have some sort of disruption, and I want to be able. Now I can actually potentially kill this. And now that they go for this, I can get rid of you. Yeah, I could have had lethal, but what if that's a deny, right? Like now I clear this, which is what matters. I take away their threat. Like they no longer have a threat. Whatever they play is gonna get trapped in the sand. We have a 5/5 in hand. Like we got plays, and we even got more MALPHITE. Shut him down, baby. Oh, that Minnow though. That Minnow is nasty.
It is a good day to be MALPHITE.
Shirtless mid-range. Same region combinations actually, but very, very different decks. Just to show the diversity within Runeterra. We are gonna drop for this one. I mean, MALPHITE is really good here. MALPHITE is really powerful. And there's your boy, the one and only.
Wow, all this walking.
You bring a smile to my face every time I play you, 'cause I love you, chill. I always will. How about the, why am I not drawing the 2-minute landmark here? What the fuck's happening? I have a high density of 2-minute plays that give me a landmark, but we're just not seeing them.
I will die when I am ready.
Oh my goodness, really? Oh, let's play it now. I can actually duplicate you with Talia now, which is really neat.
We're not taking it. We're taking it back.
No. Gotta keep you in the back. We don't want to trade with the 3/3. We wanna. I was just thinking for a second. Oh, they have no more mana for like a proper combat trick, but no. They can actually, and they can still do stuff. You know, like they can still have the 1 mana +1 health, and then all of a sudden this survives the exchange. We want to trade into you. Want to use our health a little bit as a resource here. And right now, just play the Endless Devout. Or, I mean, or just play you and destroy that. But we can always do that later. Like, Endless Devout makes sense here. Just 2 good blockers, you know? Like, they're spread out, but I have really good trades here. If I can sacrifice a little bit of health, and then I can refill the board. I just need stuff like, we have Hush, we have our stuns. We need those cards. Duplicating the Hibernating Rockbear will be better than the Sarcophagus as well, just because... Oh. Okay. I could get a good trade here, make good use of this stat. Yeah. It's important to keep this. Make good use of this initial body. Get the right trades.
Let's put these
Literally. We can't open swing because this with the faded will be an easy block into that, and we don't want to throw away the endless devout.
The soldier stands among us.
We are all soldiers this day.
Okay, no 0-1 mana play here. Because otherwise their level up is really delayed, and that's fantastic. Get the Rockbears!
Must be nice living off stolen coin.
Now we just have to wait.
Yeah, I didn't want to try to destroy the Warlord's Palace. I'll go for it on the Horde if I have to. Honestly, this is fine. I can't save her anyways. This opens up space. Oh, the line. Same thing. I'm gonna play MALPHITE now. Just because I want to apply some pressure. Right now, MALPHITE's not really vulnerable to removal. And I still have this Rolling Sands thinking. I'm gonna let go of the Preservarium. I have enough cards here. And now I can just, you know, Unstoppable Force.
Stop
That's a one-turn kill.
Rock wins. Rock all.
All right, chill. All right, here we go. Jin Annie. We don't really have healing in this deck. That is a bit of a weakness. I'm gonna have to go for a full mulligan here. Now choice is good, but we need some early plays. Oh dear God, Chip.
Come out, come out.
No, Chip. I needed you, Chip. Oof. No, I get to duplicate this with Talia if I play it later.
Sun's beneath me and winds behind me. Stupid.
Alright.
Where's my axe? Of course I'm ready.
Ouch.
Out of my way.
We're a bit slow. We need a chip. A chip top deck would be godly. But we need one. Chip! Crap.
Let's get through.
Yeah, if we had a chip here, we could actually rebuild this board, but
I can do this.
If I stumble, I'll have the earth catch me. Oh, I've got us covered. Lovely. Very neat. I want to play a game of hide and burn.
well, it seems like a fun game. Disintegrate. Oof. Well, we're dead. We're Omega dead.
Tell you watch out!
Oh my goodness, Samir!
We can counter that.
They're so sweet when they're sleeping.
They are my people, and I am theirs.
Like threading a needle.
We're in. Oh dear!
I'll shoot the
The
witch.
desert likes you.
Maybe they don't open attack.
Just gonna put this here.
Grab 10.
I hope this works.
Chip! Chip would have made the difference, man. You failed me,
Dust
Chip.
yourself off and try again.
Alright, I don't know what this is. I mean, I assume it's good old Swain Nar, but with a bit of a splash of Nora. So it is, yeah. It could be, they could try to bring it back. Good old Bando City Swain. That would make sense. I'm gonna keep the Endless Devout. I'm gonna mulling away everything else though, just because I want to try to find my early landmarks. Drawing 3 drops, not really where we want to be at. But they're good units to have though. In this kind of matchup that's more reactive, this seems really awful, but it actually could be a blessing in disguise. Play Rockhopper, who's gonna die immediately. Like as soon as she hits the board, she's gonna die.
Last to not Rame buys me a new sail.
Pokey Stick, Death's Hand. Probably Pokey Stick. But what she does is she stops Nora from being played on curve. That's a pretty big deal, actually. It's a good thing to stop. They definitely have Nora. We can try to see if it can... I mean, if they found a 1-mana ping, like a Poison Dart, they would have taken it immediately, I think.
Let's take a peek at
What a shame for you!
We're not going to trade into this. We're going to make use of our stats here. We're going to force them. As much as this dies to Pokey Stick, they still need to have it, right? Like, they still need to spend 2 mana. Question is, do they play Scorched Earth? Even if they don't, they can generate it with Conchologist, so... We'll see.
deep breath now.
I'm gonna take that. If they had Nora, they would play her now, though, maybe. I could go for the Unraveled Earth, but this is why I play 2 Dragon Roosts and not 3, so that we don't, like, overdraw them. But now's the moment to play it. Like, now's the moment to try to get value out of this. Yeah, you have to prioritize your countdown lands. Because you do want them to have impact on the match before the match is over. Let's take the hit. Again, they could have Scorched Earth, but it's a 3-for-3 trade. We don't lose tempo in that exchange. Still makes us sad, but we don't lose tempo. That's pretty important. I'm definitely gonna go Endless Devout next round, though. I can't Endless Devout and Unraveled Earth. Like, this game, my curve has been a little bit disappointing, but we gotta make do. Let's keep giving them stuff that they can't really deal with, right? This is really annoying for them. Because it's a 3-3, it's decently statted, like it's gonna put in the work, right? And when it dies, it leaves something behind, and that's something that reactive decks hate. Last Breath is their least favorite keyword. And we gotta make use of it. That's why I said it could be a blessing in disguise. Like, having multiple Endless Devouts actually match up extremely well in this matchup. Good narration, Miguel. Way to go. Fantastic. Portapalooza.
I go!
Bidding.
My
boy's thick. That's how he survives against the Gonzologist. He just takes the hit in the belly and lives. He's a big motherfucker. There you are.
And a cat in the lap.
Seems like a good grand slam target. But so is Gnar. We can't endless about into ground slam this round, which is really neat. Show me Gnar. Show me Gnar. I will stun this. And kill it. Can't trade into this. But that works out just fine. For 5 mana, they could try to play Swain, so I think I may... Oh, never mind. Alright. If they have a 1-drop, I don't want to waste my Unraveled Earth on it. The same goes for the portal. I like Rolling Sands into this dude, because Stonebreaker will finish off Nora, and my Rolling Sands will trap anything else. And we have a nice swing here. I love this Hush as well, really useful against Swain. So now if they want to play Swain into Leviathan, there better be a 1-drop in the mix, because otherwise both of them will get trapped and vulnerable. And Swain, I don't think Swain's level up has yet to even begun progressing, so that's fantastic for us. We know a Ravenous Flock is a matter of time onto this thing, but that's what we have Endless Devout for, to sponge all the Ravenous Flocks so that our more valuable units don't have to take them. Get that out of here! And if another Nora dares come down, she will be vulnerable.
Seeking an end to war, friends.
You got caught.
Okay, not what I was expecting.
Must die.
They have a Ravenous Flock, they have a Ravenous Flock, so be it. I mean, if they do have a Ravenous Flock, we're probably better off like this. Yeah, it's important to get rid of this. This is actually threatening.
You would test my
Lord
steel?
Broadmane. Spicy as hell. Show me the flock. And this is the Val, like, look at it. It ended up getting really good value with his original body, and it's only the beginning. Yeah, because if we attack... The Ravenous Flock is extremely obvious. Yeah. We want to get rid of Lord Broadmane. Level up. Ooh. So, is it Leviathan? Is it Leviathan? 7 cards in hand. Alright.
Vision to see what others.
I found the foundations.
Don't know what they're thinking about. There's no way they can kill MALPHITE here. They could have Minimorph and stuff like that. Like, they have the region combination to deal with big threats. But not for 2 mana. Obviously, the Stonebreaker, like, definitely have a Ravenous Flock, so... Desert Naturalist, ooh, you're great too.
Together, we are stronger than stone, faster than the wind. If I stumble, I'll have the earth to catch me.
I know they definitely have a ravenous flock,
They should thank
but I want the damage on them. Though maybe in hindsight that wasn't the correct call. Because trading Endless Devout into this allows me to pick it off with the Stonebreaker. So it stops a Leviathan development from doing anything. Now I don't really kill anything with this. I do kill that. I do kill that. Works out.
Home is just around the portal.
No, fuck off with your portals. I've had enough of your portals. Fuck your portals. Nice! No champions because they all died. Or morphed.